Hello.
Hey, good morning, Adina.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good today.
That's good. What makes today so good?
I just woke up really well.
That's good. I guess that's a good way to start a Monday, right?
Yes, every Monday.
That's nice. Cool. So, yeah, I had a chat with Raul and I asked him for a testimonial. And so that's how we ended up here. Thanks for um, scheduling the meeting with me and agreeing to do this. Um,
Yeah, sure, that's no problem. I know how important a testimonial can be.
yeah, it's kind of hard to get them sometimes.
Believe me, I know. As a testimonial hunter myself, I know just how hard it can be. Like I've had to remind people even 7 or 8 times in order to get one.
Yeah, I know. And I saw that you guys also go like face to face and get testimonials, which is even harder.
Yes, exactly. But usually we call our clients to come and meet with us, either in Cluj or Bucharest. So we don't really go that far distance. We just schedule everything in like 1 or 2 days, and that's it for a month.
Yeah, it makes sense. Anyway, I wanted to ask if you're okay with me recording this and then publishing it online. Um,
Yeah, sure, definitely. I'm figuring that's why it's a testimonial. You need to share it with people.
yeah, just I like to make sure, you know. I'm sure you guys probably do something like that too.
Yeah, we also have that.
Cool. All right, so I have just like a bunch of questions, and before we get started, I wanted to see if you have like any questions or anything you want to know before I start asking them.
I've seen the questions you've sent me. Everything is pretty straightforward. Like I kind of have an answer even without thinking much about it. It just comes naturally, so it's fine. We can just start.
Great. Okay, so first question, what perspective do you have in this mentorship program? Like, what's your role? What do you do?
I'm actually the lead coach for the mentorship program. So basically, I'm there for the clients from their first day. I'm the one who does the onboarding for them. They're gonna see me first, and I'm gonna be there to help them and also coach them through their homeworks until the very last day. And maybe if they still need help, even further to
So you're
their
like,
last day.
so you get to see them from like the beginning all the way to the end.
Yes, I get to see every step of their progress and every mistake they make, every good step they have. It's really awesome to see them grow.
hmm Nice. And how did you end up becoming part of the team there?
Actually, it's a funny story here because when I got the job offer from here, I also had like about 2 other offers, and they were all really good. But what made me choose to come here is the fact that it's a well of information, actually. And they presented this place in such a way that it could really help me grow and make my skills bigger and also just learn a bunch of stuff about business, the business side, talking with people, and that really attracted me here.
hmm That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I've been working with this program for a while as well, but my collaboration kind of came naturally, I guess. And how long have you been part of the team there?
I'm in my second year already here.
Nice.
It's been quite a journey because I joined when it was in the middle of the pandemic, and I worked remote for a couple of months, and I only got to see the boys like about 4 or 5 months into me
hmm
working here.
Yeah, cool. And I can't remember, were was I still collaborating with the mentorship program when you started working there?
You were here before me. You are definitely here before me. Even when I was a trainee, like that was part, you were part of the training I got. Like if you see the clients that really can't handle English or they can talk in English, just recommend them Johnny, send them there, and he's gonna do his magic. Basically, that's what I knew about you when I was a trainee.
Okay. So I was like some sort of like go there to fix the problems type of thing.
Pretty much, but that's actually really great because you are solving a really huge problem for us, and it has a really good impact in their lives.
Nice. Yeah, that's why I do this. So
Definitely.
my next question was why are my services valuable to the program? You kind of answered it, but do you have more to add?
Yes, I definitely have way more to add here. The most important thing when trying to find a project as a freelancer is you have to take interviews, lots and lots of interviews. And pretty much 90% of those interviews are either going to be mostly English or a little bit of German, but those are just completely different. And so mostly they're English. They have to know how to talk in English, because if they can't, they really miss out on these really huge opportunities. If you don't know English, nobody's gonna pay you to do something, you know? And even if you could have the knowledge, you can't really show those people your knowledge because you can't speak with them. So it's really important, especially conversational English. That's the most important because you have to make an impact in the interview.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's where you come from, because our clients can't really have a chance to talk in English too much. Like maybe writing or reading, that's an everyday occurrence. You can write in English perfectly, or you can use Google Translate and it's going to be easier for you. But writing face to face and especially showing your personality while you're talking in English is really hard for them, because they don't really have a place where they can communicate with others in English, because usually, like, we are colleagues, we just do in Romanian or whatever language we speak in between each others. So in English, it's really hard to come by chances where you can actually talk it.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
every time you have the chance, it's amazing to just exercise it.
yeah, from what I noticed, a lot of people look for that sort of practice. And after spending some time in Romania, I noticed that it's like natural and kind of normal for them to speak in Romanian when they know that everyone there speaks Romanian.
Yes, definitely.
It's awkward to start speaking English because it's like you have a different personality when you do that. So
Yes, or it's good if you still have a personality in English, I believe so. But there's a lot of people who just focus so much on the actual language and how they should pronounce stuff that they just forget to show their personality. And that's really a big no-no when you have an interview, because you really want to sell yourself as a person first.
yeah. I mean, ultimately, you want to connect with the person you're interviewing with.
Definitely, that's gonna bring you the best results.
Cool. That was a very, very good answer. And I know you also mentioned a bit about what makes my services unique, but my next question is, how come you guys haven't worked with like other teachers? How come you prefer to work with me?
Actually, Christy recommended you even from the very beginning. And so we just believed that Christy like knew you best, and we just accepted that. And we were at some point thinking that maybe we should go work with other people, but you were just delivering so constant results for us. And it was just very good. We just don't have a reason to end our collaboration with you, since you keep doing the best for the clients, you know?
Nice.
And especially the fact that you can just, like, there's a thing with mentorship programs. I feel like they become pretty standardized at some point. And like, that's fine, because if you want to handle a big number of clients, you have to standardize it in some way, but you still personalize it for the people, and you always try to choose the subjects that they actually have to speak, and that really, really helps.
Yeah. It's a big reason why I do teach, because especially why I teach in this way, because I get to kind of standardize it, but also customize it at the same time.
Yes, definitely. The customization part is something that I personally really like at your mentorship.
Thanks. All right, so the next few questions are going to be more about your clients. So
Yes.
let's start with that. Like, what kind of clients do you guys mentor? What's your typical kind of client persona?
We typically mentor people that work in IT, and they have started working in a corporation. They are just doing a normal desk job. And those people have higher ambitions. They want to go to freelancing. They want to have a better career. They want to do something by themselves without having an intermediary take some of the money out of their salary at the end of the month. And we are also looking for people who are really motivated to just get away from the 9 to 5 and start becoming freelancers.
Yeah, I participated in a mentorship program for teachers, and there's a lot of similarities there, like the motivation that's needed and the change that people want to do. So I see a lot of similarities there. When it comes to communication, what do your clients really lack for that?
Uh, Well, they are programmers, so most of their lives they just sit behind a desk and in front of a keyboard and they just type away basically. And most of them, honestly, not everybody, but most of them lack these communication skills, like face-to-face communication skills. Maybe they are great in writing. When they text somebody, it's amazing. But when you see face-to-face with somebody, it's no longer that great.
Yeah.
Especially in an interview setting, they don't really know how to talk about themselves as a person. So when the questions like, tell me about yourself, what hobbies do you have? When they are asked these kind of questions, they kind of lose themselves and start talking again about their work instead of talking about themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's only natural. I mean, it's kind of when people get nervous, they just tend to do that sort of thing. And I noticed that difference when I was like much younger and I was still like dating and stuff. I tried to make an app where people have to speak to each other, but that didn't work out. So I just decided to teach, and that's much more effective.
Definitely, definitely, you're way more suited for this.
Yeah. Anyway, so what were your clients like before they had meetings with me, and then what were they like after, they went through me?
Yes. The moment where we decide if they need your services or not is the fourth homework. And what they basically have to do is to film themselves while answering some interview questions that we give them. We decide on the answers beforehand in writing, and then we tell them, okay, film yourself replying to those questions, but make it special. Like, don't say word by word what we agreed upon before.
Hmm.
And that's where we usually see if they let their personality show or if they just reply standardized word by word what we agreed on before. And that's the moment where we decide. So basically, if we see that they're not doing good, okay, we're going to send them your way and you're going to work their magic. And then it's going to be like to the end of the mentorship when we see if it really changed something. Because in the end, when they have to actually go and search for projects, we are asking them to send us their interviews recorded so we can look over them and see what was wrong, what went great. And most of the people who go through your mentorship like prove to be really good at those interviews in the end, and they get much better and much faster results.
Nice. And what's that kind of in between period like? Because when I have lessons with my students, this takes about 2 to 5 months. And what's that in between period like for them while they're still participating in the mentorship program?
But it's mostly writing. So they still have homework, but they are in writing. We don't no longer have video forms. So I can't really tell you about how they do conversational wise, but in writing, some of them display like a better understanding. Maybe they no longer have such a standardized way of writing, but they start to write in a more fluid way, if
Okay.
that makes sense for you.
Yeah, I only do a few writing exercises with my students, but they are very difficult. All right. So my last question here is about like your experience in English, because it seems like you're pretty confident when you're meeting with me or when you're speaking. So it doesn't seem like you have problems. How do you maintain your English like on a weekly basis?
Well, actually, I'm an English major. I finished college on English, so that was a really huge help. But what I do most of the time is I listen to a lot of podcasts that are in English. I also listen to a lot of YouTube content that is mainly English, and I try to do that without subtitles. And I try to expose myself to a broad range of accents when hearing English words. So that really helps me always understand and always know how to pronounce something.
Nice. That's something that I do with Romanian as well when I want to just kind of intake more of it.
Definitely. I think that if you are surrounded by English spoken people, or if you just hear English sounds, that's just going to make the way you speak way better.
Yeah, I think that's a big benefit to people if they go to like a co-living space or a co-working space, because you're mostly surrounded by people who speak English depending where you go.
Yes,
Cool.
that would be honestly amazing.
Yeah, I mean, my plan is to try to open another co-living space, and maybe I can kind of make a boot camp and then turn it into a co-living space and cool. All right, Dina. Well, thank you for meeting with me. I appreciate your time, and appreciate all your answers. They were very, very thoughtful, so thank you for that. Do you have any last comments?
Just keep doing what you're doing because it's great and it shows results in the long run.
Thanks. All right.
Yes. Also, it was a pleasure for me to be here and to just answer your questions.
Yeah, it's always good just having a chat with you guys. I feel like we don't meet enough, and we should just at least have a chat or something every once in a while.
Definitely. When you're here, just send us a text. We are gonna have a meeting.
Great, yeah. I mean, I think I'm planning on coming back to Cluj June, July. But we like it here in Bansko.